with breaking news.
And we are following that breaking news here at 4 o'clock. It is certainly the big story of the day. John Grant scheduled to be put to death here at 4 p.m. after the Supreme Court rules to overturn his stay of execution. I'm Brian Dorman.
And I'm Shannon Russo. The Supreme Court's decision came in around 2 this afternoon, just 2 hours ago, paving the way now for the state's first execution in nearly 7 years.
Let's go live to Lori Fulbright. She's in McAlester with the fast-moving developments. Lori?
Well, Brian and Shannon, the witnesses are in H Unit right now, which is death row here at Big Mac. We expect after the execution is complete for them to come back here and give us a briefing of exactly what happened. And of course, there's been a lot of talk about John Grant this week, but the reason he is here, the reason we are here today is because of a woman named Gay Carter. And she was murdered on November 13th of 1998. She was murdered inside the Dick Conner Correctional Center in Hominy, Oklahoma. That's where John Grant was at the time, serving 130 years for 4 separate armed robberies. He'd been in prison for about 20 years before this incident. So that morning, they say that he was very upset about the breakfast tray he was given. Well, Miss Carter was in charge of supervising the cafeteria at that prison. They say she left the building and she went to go check on the kitchen. And when she came back, John Grant had been waiting for her. They say he pulled her into a mop closet. He stabbed her 16 different times while holding her mouth closed. And they say he used a shank, which in prison is like a sharpened screwdriver. One of those strikes hit her in the aorta and she bled out and died. While this was happening, other witnesses called out for help. A detention officer ran in there while Grant was still stabbing Miss Carter. They say that Grant then ran off and he was captured later. He was convicted and sentenced to death. So that is what has brought us here today. Now, this decision today by the U.S. Supreme Court to lift the stay of execution, that also applies to Julius Jones. As you know, he is right now set to be executed here on November 18th with a clemency hearing that is scheduled for Monday. Of course, we'll tell you what the witnesses say after they come out from witnessing the execution, and we'll keep you updated on all the latest developments. Brian, Shannon?
Well, Lori, this happening very, very quickly. The Supreme Court's decision coming down around 2:15, and in less than 2 hours' time now, this execution to be taking place as we speak, scheduled for 4 p.m. We know it's very formal and likely happened on time. From where you're at, Lori, are you able to tell anything that is happening inside the prison right now?
Oh, no, not at all. We are, as you can tell, outside. And just across the street, you can see the prison right there, the white building behind me. That is Big Mac. And so we are not privy to anything that is happening inside right now. Only the witnesses are, and we'll hear from them shortly. Of course, Gay Carter's family hopes that the focus today is not so much about John Grant as much as it is about her, and they want people to remember that she was a lovely person, and for them, it was a devastating loss that they are still not over today. Brian?
All right, our Lori Fulbright live for us in McAlester. Lori, thank you so much for your coverage. We know you'll be there during this time. We'll catch back up with you at 5 o'clock.